Sorry about last time. It cut off when I wasn't paying attention. When I was in the middle of this somewhat middle story. Naruto. Last time I think it was where Naruto had to memorize the whole entire village inside and out. Naruto has read every book, so he knows everything, due to his shadow clones doing it instead of him. Uses his shadow clones to learn everything and memorize the whole entire village. So that ends up happening. He's read everything, but he doesn't try to use the jutsus that he has read upon and knows how to do it. He hasn't used them before. He's not going to use them for a long time, until around Shippuden. Because he's going to use tactics mostly to get what he wants. And over the period of time, he has brought a couple Hyugas to his he has kidnapped a Hyuga and Anara and Uchiha to his little basement of his and put a seal on them that uses and put a seal on them if they get out of line or if they do something that he doesn't like. It will hurt them very badly, or if he wants, he can kill them, but he's not going to do that. And the seal is invisible, it even paralyzes. This seal can paralyze them temporarily, or paralyze them, period. And he can release a paralyzation and put them in genjutsu at will due to this seal that he places on them. He ends up having it, tortures them, break them down physically and emotionally, and to do his bidding, whatever he wants, from sex, torture, raising a child, mostly for having kids. And they would raise him, and if they raise him, the Hyugas and Naras in them would be looking for them, but would never find them. And they would be living in Naruto's little house, that his underground house that he made, and so forth. Raising their kids and all of that. And there will be 2 Uchihas that he brought to his house, underground house, and had their way with. End up having fun. Rosing would stop by from time to time. Over a period of time, the Uchiha massacre happened. Yasuo becomes an emo brat. And Naruto would tell Sasuke that there's a way, and to train all he can from dawn to dusk. When you unlock your Sharingan, read the scrolls in every library in your clan. Work on your taijutsu and speed. And wear weights. It's to increase your speed. Naruto would tell Sasuke this. Well, he would write this on a piece of paper, and at the end of and he would hand it to Sasuke, telling him sorry to hear about your clans, about the clan, handing him the paper. And Sasuke will do this. Will do this to get stronger and come after Itachi. Go after Itachi. And he, on the paper, would say, here's a way to get stronger, faster, and better. And if you're lucky, I had to wait over a period of time. Take off the weights and adjust to the speed that you're at. Put them back on after a couple days. Keep going. And this time, towards the end of the academy, Naruto and Sasuke would graduate. Naruto and Sasuke have a close fight. Naruto graduates almost at the top of his class. And once he passed, a group of people would approach him and jump him, telling him that you should have not passed the test or got close to beating Sasuke's score and all this other crap, and attack Naruto and try to kick his ass, but they would end up getting their limbs. Naruto would grab when they go to throw a punch. Naruto would grab his limb, break his arm, using chakra to his nails to impale him where he grabbed. He even stabbed him, and he ends up kicking the dude in the balls, pulling him towards him downwards, kicks him in the balls, grab him by the back of his head, slams him into the ground, and hard. And he goes for another dude. Dude ends up beating all their asses, stomping on their head, have his foot on their throat, and so on and so forth. Hell, he even ripped the dude's arm off. Ripped one of their arms off, broke their bones. Hell, even crippled one of them. And the others are dead. Two of them died in his fight. And Naruto ends up sealing their bodies in a scroll, and cleans up the blood off. He has found something that he thought was kind of interesting. The reflection suit that he's made, where it reflects almost everything, it negates a lot of things, but there's one flaw to it. It doesn't stop physical attacks, like getting Senbon thrown. It helps him negate jutsus only. And sadly, but he ends up making an improvement on it so where he can use different types of genjutsus. Genjutsus are illusion, but he can use physical illusions, and where he can torment people. He's tormented a couple of people to get what he wants, and he break them down mentally and physically to get what he wants. He went after some of the council, the civilian council, the next day. He ends up breaking them down mentally and physically and places the same exact seal on them that he placed on the others. And he ends up, the only problem with the seal that he made, and they know what's going on, their body moves on their own against them. He also came up with demon speak, and what this does is it's different from the seal that he made. He can use it too from the seal, but if he doesn't have to use it. It's where he can tell someone what to do that has a weaker will than him, and they will do what he says. If he says sit down, they would sit down, and so on and so forth. And he ends up bringing food hunting, and and the kids that he had at his little house place. He does the hunting, bringing food and everything. All they have to do is like take care of the kids, clean the house, teach them how to fight and so forth. He brings them scrolls to learn. Lots of things, but sealing. And he's so good in sealing that every time he uses a seal, it goes invisible. Like he can't see it unless he activates it. The civilian council can't go against Naruto, but Naruto has placed a seal on Hiruzen, and when he even bumped into Danzo at one point, placed a seal on him. Anything that they do and so forth, he will know about it. Yeah, he knows. He also has Anbu has been sent after him and ended up getting killed by him. He reanimated them. The reanimation jutsu. He just was experimenting it with people that was trying to kill him. He has threatened to blow up the store unless they to destroy the stores that he's at. Telling them that I have placed explosive tags around the building. If you don't treat me fairly and give me what I want, I will destroy it. Naruto, one place didn't believe him, so he just made a hand sign for release, and the place exploded. this one place has tried to kill Naruto on several occasions just by coming in. And he ends up walking in after walking around the building, just touching the building, and ends up telling the store owner, if you attack me, just give me what I want and your business won't be destroyed. The man didn't believe him, so he destroyed the building. The man, lucky for him, he chased Naruto out of the building, and he destroyed the place, destroyed the building. And the civilian council covers it up due to them being mentally and physically broken and reforged by Naruto. And Naruto goes into the shore, and he said, spread it around. Give me what I want, I will pay for it. Rip me off or attack me, and your business is done for. The same goes for everybody. Well, except for one restaurant I like going to. Naruto would, next day, goes to the ramen shop, and he would order a bowl of ramen, and he would talk to the man, telling the old man, I'm tired of the villagers treating me harshly, people kicking me out of their shops. So I'm gonna do drastic things to get what I want from them. I'm tired of it. Every day wherever I go, people try to kill my ass, overcharge me. And the old man's like, you do know that that's against the rule, that you can't do that. The council that they would hear about this. I'm not worried about the council because I have a couple underneath my feet, you can say. And Naruto said, the ramen guy's like, alright, just come back, alright. Naruto leaves. The next day is when they meet for their team assignments, and at this point in time, Naruto knows about what's going on. Wait, the next day is the final exams. Next day's final exams. 3-day flashback. I forgot to say it. And that's when he destroyed a store and ends up getting what he wants. And next day he goes to the what's-his-face. And Naruto ends up music. After that, he ends up getting more explosive tags and shuriken and throwing stars and medical stuff that he might need next, and he ends up going home. He ends up making himself a little made out of the room to his place that he's living at, where it has all sorts of plants, from poisonous to medical, all kinds of medical herbs, poisonous herbs to paralysis, to sleeping herbs and paralysis herbs, and so on and so forth, and all this other stuff. Nan made another room right next to it where he keeps the stash of weapons, and if you're wondering why nobody has found them, because his tracks are covered. Hiruzen doesn't roam around too much. He just comes to see Naruto and talk. And Naruto ends up making the food for everybody as well. For his whole entire group that he has. Naruto has gotten way better. He can cook and all. Live in the forest for years and be alright. And he grows, he also has fruits and stuff that he grows as well. So in a similar, he has a giant room where he grows lots of plants and stuff. From fruits and vegetables to trees to medical herbs and so on and so forth. He has a room where he keeps other things, but I'm not going to go into that. Next day, he goes to school, and ends up, Naruto ends up going to school for the final exam to become ninjas. And Naruto, when he enters a few minutes late, like 2 minutes, and the papers are passed out, Naruto comes in and he says, "I'm done hiding and everything, so let's do this." Naruto ends up saying that out loud, and everybody asks what he means. He just tells them, "Bug off." And Naruto ends up getting his paper handed to him by Mizuki. Naruto noticed there was a genjutsu on it. He ends up releasing it, getting all the answers right. The whole time he was playing dumb, but the only thing he was good at is, well, fighting. And that's it. And also that he's a little bit of a masochist, saying and I love pain. That hurts. I like it. Stuff like that. And Naruto ends up still wins. He got the title of. He ends up being neck and neck with Sasuke in everything. And they tied for first place. They tied for first place, and Naruto said, two people are at the top of the class this year. And Naruto, Sakura asked, how? Who's the top of the year this year? Naruto says, Naruto and Sasuke and top of the class. And Naruto said, yay, alright. I did say I'm done hiding my potential in school. I would have to deal with the damn council if I didn't play dumb, somewhat. Naruto said. And everybody would ask, what does he mean? And he would say, apparently, I'm the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, which means people see me as a demon monster. They don't see me for me. All they see is the Kyuubi that attacked those years ago. Naruto said, well, they're not technically wrong and such, but the truth of the matter is, the Kyuubi is sealed inside of me. The nine-tailed fox. Naruto says this out loud, and Iruka tells him that that's an S-class secret, you know. Well, depends, and if I get too angry, I use its chakra, it can take control and hurt everybody. So everybody in this village is fucking lucky that I'm too damn stubborn. And this is where I'm gonna end it off. Bye.